The storm was already howling when I climbed the rusted gates of Halloway Cemetery. Wind tore at my jacket, rain needling my face. I wasn't supposed to be here. But when the Navy sent you blueprints that didn't match the subs you worked on, you asked questions, and sometimes those questions led you to graveyards no one talked about. My boots squelched against the flooded path as I moved past moss-eaten stones. Lightning flash lit the horizon, and for a moment I swore the statues shifted. Shrugging off the nerves, I checked the coordinates again. They pointed to a small mausoleum at the edge of the cemetery. No family name, no history, just an iron door, barely held in place. I gripped the heavy ring and pulled. It groaned like a dying thing. Inside, the air was warmer, smelling of wet metal and something sweetly rotten. The floor was wrong. Grated steel, not stone. My gut twisted. This wasn't built for the dead. This was built for something else. I turned to leave, but the door slammed shut behind me, locking. From inside. A low hum rose beneath my boots, vibrating my bones. Then I heard the first metallic whisper. It wasn't a language. It was a code. Soft, insectile clicks and pings that vibrated in my teeth. Morse, I realized. I strained to listen through the rain hammering the mausoleum roof. The clicks repeated, urgent. DOWN. Against every instinct, I scanned the room and spotted a hatch, half buried under a false slab. As thunder cracked overhead, I pried it open, revealing a ladder that vanished into darkness. The whispering grew louder, faster, frantic. Shaking, I descended, one rung at a time. The air grew thicker, smelling less like rot, more like burnt wires. 30 feet down, my boots hit steel again. Lights buzzed overhead, cold and blue. I stumbled into a tunnel. Seamless metal walls, no dirt, no stone. Something buzzed behind me. A low mechanical whine growing closer. I turned. Down the tunnel, a figure stumbled into view. Wet, wild-eyed, in a torn uniform like mine. Before I could speak, she lifted trembling hands. Written across her palms in blood, "Don't follow!" The lights overhead flickered, stuttering into a weak, sickly red. The figure turned and ran, bare feet slapping wetly against metal. My heart hammered. The air smelled wrong, electric, sharp like burned nerves. Another flicker, and the tunnel stretched on endlessly. She was gone. I backed against the wall, trying to calm my breathing. Then a soft, rhythmic clanking echoed toward me, something crawling, slowly, deliberately. My skin prickled. I couldn't see it yet, but the sound alone made me want to run. I edged backward, deeper into the unknown. Another figure staggered into view, this one dragging something behind it. It was dressed like a sailor, but parts of its face were missing, replaced with polished metal plates like barnacles of machinery. It opened its mouth to scream, but the sound came out glitched, half human, half static. My vision blurred. I realized the tunnel was angling downward, pulling me somewhere I didn't want to go. My boots slid. The whispers returned, louder now, almost deafening, rattling the fillings in my teeth. They weren't warning me anymore. They were welcoming me. The incline steepened. I slipped, sliding helplessly down the wet metal. My palms scraped against razor-thin seams in the walls. Sparks danced in my vision as the tunnel curved sharply, spitting me into a vast chamber lit by flickering monitors. Rows and rows of tanks lined the walls, transparent, fogged with condensation. Inside each tank floated something that used to be human. Submarine techs, engineers, soldiers. Their bodies were stitched with machinery, eyes replaced with glassy lenses, skin translucent against steel bones. My stomach lurched. Across the chamber, the first figure, the woman who'd warned me, stood pressed against a glass panel. Her mouth moved soundlessly. Behind her, another Rina West stared back. Me, or something wearing my face. Lightning split the sky above, revealing the truth. This wasn't a graveyard. It was a manufacturing plant. And tonight, the storm was powering it back up. The real Rina, the one in the tank, pressed her palms against the glass, pleading. But the whispers filled my ears again, and something heavy locked around my ankles. Mechanical restraints, pulling me toward an open tank. I thrashed, screaming, but the metal was stronger than me. On the screens, blueprints scrolled, bodies like mine, designs for adaptive cybernetic integration. I was never meant to find answers. I was the answer. A lightning bolt struck outside, shaking the entire chamber. Systems rebooted. Alarms blared. Tanks hissed open, releasing steam and the slow, careful sounds of machinery awakening. The cloned Rina stepped forward, perfect except for the eyes, flat, unblinking, glassy. My arms were yanked upward, ready for modification. As the surgical arms descended, I understood. The cemetery above wasn't hiding the dead. It was hiding the replacement of the living. And now it was my turn to vanish.